Hey everyone, Hydra Hood here. This, I should have done this in December, but I honestly forgot I bought it. And then today, when I was looking around to grab something to review, I saw this sit in my pile. I was like, oh shit! This is a one-shot from Grant Morrison and Dan Mora, Boom Comics. This is Klaus and the Crying Snowman. I am a huge fan of the Klaus books. They've all pretty much been by Grant Morrison and Dan Mora. I think Dan Mora is a phenomenal artist. If you haven't read Klaus, you might recognize him from the old Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. I don't know if he's still doing the art on them, but he was, and it was great. It was when they had a good creative team. But yeah, I'm a big fan of this. This is a one-shot, so it's, pretty thick. I don't remember how much it cost. $7.99. Which is pretty good, because it's definitely more than 40 pages, and right now they're selling comics that are 40 pages and 3D for $7.99. It's going to be a fucking joke. But they're polybagged. So, I'm going to try and review this without ruining anything. I will say that by the end of this, it kind of had me tearing up like a little bitch, but that's because of the subplot is a family issue, and I'm kind of weak to those. But I just expect you to all pretend like I never said anything about that. So, full creative team. Got Grant Morrison, Dan Mora, lettered by Ed Dukeshire, cover by Dan. Variant cover by Dan. Unlocked retailer variant by Humberto Ramos. And one per store variant by Humberto Ramos. So, I only have one complaint about this story, and that's that Klaus's hair is kind of modern day hipster douchebag. Like, when guys with really weak chins grow beards and then they need that cool hairstyle to go with it, they always do that like short cut that's just combed over the front. Looks pretty douchey, to be completely honest. But it's not really even a complaint. I mean, Klaus looks stylish no matter what, but it's kind of silly. Plus he's got this little braid coming off. Anyway, so the story starts off with this snowman, Sam I Am, and we're basically following Klaus through the eyes of this snowman. He's kind of taken the role of our central protagonist in this, and apparently, as it gets hot and he starts to melt, he becomes extremely stupid and extremely forgetful, and he's forgetting everything. And he's trying to hold on to these memories, but he can't. And he's kind of just monologuing to himself. Well, Klaus is right in front of him, and Klaus promised that he would help him remember. And he's trying to bring back these memories. So finally he basically just explains what they've done and where they've been. While this is happening, we get these constant flashbacks to the snowman's past, and to kind of give us a hint as to what's really going on with his life. Well, what him and Klaus did is they basically saved the world from this great evil that shows up every like 1,500 years. Just some race, and they come down and try and destroy us. Lily's still in it. She's our favorite wolf. She's fucking awesome. And I really like when he does this style of drawing for Klaus. I think that is a very, very, very cool get-up. Albeit it does kind of have that Assassin's Creed ring, but I refuse to give Assassin's Creed credit for any time somebody has a fucking hooded cape. We had those before we had those stupid-ass games. The creatures that we first see are basically these tree monsters coming out of seed pods. We think Klaus is about to get into some real shit, and then we get some backup showing up. And the backup is the Yule goat, which is this swole motherfucker right here, and Mr. Frost. So, I don't know how accurate this is, but like right here, Father Frost. Apparently Father Frost was a communist version of Santa Claus. I'm thinking from the Soviets, going by his appearance, because it's certainly not a Maoist version. But I also didn't really know any communists that, allowed Christianity. So I'm not really sure on that, or if that's just like some artistic freedom they took with with those characters. Also, the Yule Goat. He's actually an old man with a prophetic goat, and they can kind of transform. I don't know what he is supposed to be from. He's kind of interesting, though. Oh, Romania. That's right. He's a Romanian Santa Claus from when Romania was... Oh, yeah, Romania's Christian, and they were definitely fucking communists for a long time. Huh. I'll have to look into that. This is also a bit of a weird fucking head trip. I don't know what the shit any of this is about. Like, that background... Alright, this is the background. Lumakan, or Lumaun. And all this weird shit happening, and this is what we're seeing here. No one doubts that, without you, we'd have lost the Lunar Civil War. The kobolds and moondogs would still be at one another's throats. The world can always use a Father Frost. And then the old man, like, yeah. But, like, what does this have to do with the kobolds and the moondogs? And it's so weird. It's just so weird. And this guy's got a bubble gun. We'll slay those kobold scum with our bubble guns. That's about the weirdest thing in this. Everything else fits right along. But I legit have no idea what's going on with this panel. If this is supposed to be the war they fought. That's the gayest war I've ever seen. I just let that happen. It's like, why save these? Anyway. So they decided to divide and look at this full page spread. Dan out here cleaning fucking house. What they decided to do is basically all split up and go protect different parts of the galaxy to prevent these creatures from making it to Earth. Shit goes bad, shit goes wrong. Some stuff happens that I don't want to ruin. And essentially we all comes back to Klaus and the Snowman at the end. I'm going to basically stop reviewing it here. I'm just going to show you a little bit more the art. But I think if I tell you any more about the story, I'm going to ruin a lot of the twists and whatnot. So this is what you're getting with the art. It's fantastic. It's well worth $7.99. If you don't like Grant Morrison, and I know I have some friends who don't, then you probably won't like this writing because it's very much Grant Morrison style of writing. But I enjoy it. I thought it was good. Also, I'm a big fan of Klaus in general. And Dan Moore is well worth supporting. He's a South American artist, I believe. Mostly works... The Scottish are coming! Mostly works with Boom. I think he's been on a couple like Marvel and DC stuff, but for whatever reason, he doesn't last long there. Even though his work is great. I'm a big fan. So, if you can still find it, because I realize I reviewed this pretty freaking late, but if you can still find it, I do recommend this. Honestly, anything with Klaus on it, I've enjoyed everything I've read. But this one was really good. It's a solid one-shot. They call it a number one. I don't think it is, and if it is, they are taking their sweet-ass time releasing number 2. But the story ends, so I really don't see why they would continue it. Anyway, thanks for watching. Hail Hydra, baby.